everybody, it's Paige, and today's video is going to be a full face of Dollar Tree makeup. I went to Dollar Tree a couple weeks ago and I spent $15.05 on some new makeup products to try. There's actually a couple of products in here that I used to use a long time ago, like when I was a freshman in high school, and I used to get like all of my makeup at Dollar Tree, so I'm interested to see how I like those products now. Everything that I'm using was $1, literally $1 each, because I got it all from Dollar Tree, and Dollar Tree is a dollar store where everything is actually $1. So anyway, if you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and let's go ahead and get started. I'm still not 100% recovered. If you guys didn't see my last video, I let you guys know that my boyfriend and I actually both have COVID at the moment. Today is day 6 of being sick, so we still have a ways to go in our quarantine, but I've been feeling a lot better recently, and I've been wanting to film finally after like a week of wanting to do absolutely nothing. So I thought it would be fun to sit down and film this video. So we're actually going to start off with primer, and there was actually 2 products that I could not find at Dollar Tree, and that was primer and concealer. So I'm using a Wet n Wild primer. This is the Mega Jelly Face Primer. I think I got this at Ulta. I love this primer. It's so good. It's super hydrating. It's really weird feeling, and I don't know if you'll be able to see the texture of it, but it actually looks like Jello, but then it kind of like reshapes itself. So I just have some of this, and I'm going to put this all over my face. I tried to find a decently priced alternative for this video. It's really cooling and hydrating at the same time. And I don't know what it is about it, but I just really like this product. It's simple, but it definitely does a good job. I definitely just put way too much product on, but it's fine. I kind of got the excess off. And as this product starts to dry, it gets a little bit tacky, which I feel like helps make my makeup last all day. So that's a really great primer. Like, honestly, I love it so much. For foundation, I found these BB creams from the brand Sassy and Chic. Sassy and Chic. And I didn't know what shade to pick. This was the only like base foundation type product that I found at my Dollar Tree. But I bought it in 2 shades. We have light one and medium one. So I'm gonna open these up and see what the shades look like. So here is the shade light. That looks probably like my shade. And then this is the shade medium, which is definitely too deep for me. So I guess I'm just gonna go in with light first and see how it looks, and if it's too light, then I'll add some medium in to try to get a nice match. But there was also a deeper shade. I don't know if it was called deep or dark, but I think they had 3 shades total at my store. I also picked up a beauty sponge. This is also from the brand Sassy and Chic, and I went ahead and wet it already, and this feels really nice. Like, oddly nice. It's super soft. It actually grew a lot when I laid it under the water, and I love the size of it. I love the feel of it. It's very squishy, and it's really cute too. So I'm excited for this. This is just called their blender sponge. So I'm just gonna add some of this BB cream to the sponge, and it actually says to blend the BB cream out with your fingertips, but I thought I would try it with a sponge first, just because that's how I would typically apply a base product. But if I feel like it's not working out, I'll definitely try my fingertips. Looks really good. It's a BB cream, so it's not gonna be full coverage, but it actually smoothed out my skin tone pretty well. I don't know if it has a scent or not because I still can't smell anything, but I really like the texture of this product. As I'm looking at my skin up close, it actually looks really good. It's not getting cakey or settling into the lines or pores on my face, which is a very good sign. Obviously, it is a light coverage product. I actually used quite a bit. It built up a little bit, but you can still see all of my breakouts and imperfections and redness, but it looks a lot better. This is nice for just like a quick no makeup, you know, just kind of evening out your skin tone sort of look, and I'm really impressed with it actually. So that gets a thumbs up from me as well. I'm really excited, and the sponge was super awesome. I really like this sponge. I can tell I'm gonna start using that quite a bit. For concealer, like I mentioned, I didn't find one at Dollar Tree, so I'm gonna use this one from Essence. This is the Camouflage Matte Concealer, and it says it's waterproof and tattoo covering, which is kind of crazy. I have this in the shade Light Honey, and I got this at Ulta. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of this. That might be like darker than my skin actually, so I'm just gonna use a little and blend it out and see how it goes. So that concealer is actually darker than the base product that I used, so I think if I were to redo this, I would just not wear concealer with this makeup look and it would be fine. It gave me enough coverage, the BB cream did, to be like okay without having concealer. The concealer definitely gave me a little bit more coverage, but I would rather just be all the same color than have like a lighter base and a darker under eye. So moving forward, I just probably would either use a lighter concealer or just go no concealer, but we're still looking good. So for powder, there was no like setting powder really, but I did find this from LA Colors. This is the contour palette. It kind of already opened, but this is the Sculpt and Shape Your Face contour powder. So I'm gonna use the lighter side here to just like set my under eye area and my T-zone, because I'm oily and I know that I'm gonna need to set my face, so I'm gonna try to use this side of the product to do that. I'm just taking a brush and tapping that on my under eye, and it's looking pretty good. I'm back. I'm sorry, I had to go change. I was getting way too hot, so I put on a t-shirt. But I feel like this powder is sort of making my skin look a little yellowy, and I can really see it on my under eye. I don't know if that's the concealer or the powder, but I'm kind of seeing it all over my skin as I'm setting my face, so that probably wouldn't be my ideal setting powder. It's not horrible, but I don't know. It's also not supposed to be a setting powder necessarily, so I don't think I can really fault the product for that, but I don't know. It looks okay. It's not bad. I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. I'm gonna go ahead and use this same product for the contour side, and I'm gonna use this sort of just like to bronze up all over, I think. I have this in the shade Tan, so I'm not sure how many shades there were, but I'm just gonna kind of add a little tiny bit because I don't want to go too harsh, because we are, you know, we're rocking a little bit more of a natural makeup look today. So I'm just gonna add a tiny bit like right here to the hollow parts of my cheeks and kind of warm up the perimeter of my face. The color is actually not bad and it's applying pretty well. I actually really like the color of this contour powder. It's a little bit cool toned because it's a contour powder, like, so it's a little bit more cool toned than my typical bronzer, but I actually really like the shade and I think it looks really good. So this, I would say, is definitely a hit. I would recommend trying it out, especially for only $1. For blush, I don't know why I picked this color, but it looks a little light. This is from LA Colors. This is the powder blush. It says it has a velvety finish and it's in the shade Pink Blush. So I don't know. I don't know why I picked this color. There must have been only like a few shades to pick from, but it looks very pale to me, so I don't know if this is gonna show up, but we'll definitely give it a go. If I can open it. I absolutely cannot open this. Got it. I had to pry it open with tweezers. It comes with this little brush, but I'm definitely not using that brush because that is just no. That's a no for me. So I'm just gonna use an angled brush and kind of go crazy in here and see how this shows up on my skin. Ooh, that's actually really pretty. That is such a pretty color. It's super pigmented. I was worried just because it looks kind of light in the pan, but it definitely comes across as darker on the cheeks. I love blush, and this is a really, really pretty color. This is like a nice natural, just like pink blush. Like, it's not super cool toned, it's not peachy, it's just nice and natural. I like that color a lot. For brows, I picked out the LA Colors brow pencil in the shade medium. This is just like a wooden pencil, and I'm also realizing that I don't have a clear brow gel, so I'll just go grab my e.l.f. one, and that one's only $2, and that's a really good alternative. I'm pretty sure I used to get the e.l.f. brow gel at Dollar Tree like a long time ago, so maybe they still have it there, but I know for sure that you can get it from the e.l.f. website or Target for $2. I usually don't use a wooden pencil for my brows. I usually use like a retractable one, but I was so excited when I saw a brow pencil in the shade medium, because at first they all said black and I was like, oh boy, I'm gonna have extra dark brows today. But then I found this one, which is in the shade medium, and it's like a nice brown color. I feel like it's a little bit warm for my brows, like if I'm being really picky, but it actually looks pretty good. And even though it doesn't have a spoolie, it does have this little brush right here, so you can kind of still comb through your brows, which is nice and definitely necessary for me. This is that e.l.f. clear brow gel that I was talking about that I've used for years and years and years. And it's really, really good. It's double-sided and I really like it. I've gone through countless tubes of this. Now it's time for the eyes. I'm actually not going to use an eye primer. I'm just going to kind of wing it. So I have a couple of different options for eyeshadow. I have this 6-color eyeshadow palette from LA Colors, and I used to have like 10 of these. This is definitely a product that I used to use in high school, and I'm really excited to try out the formula. This is in the shade Playful. And then I also picked this out. This is in the shade Snow White. This is their loose eyeshadow. I used to take this and just put it all over my eyelid and like called it a day when I was a freshman in high school. Like that's literally what I wore as eyeshadow every single day before I ever, you know, got into like eyeshadow palettes. Like this was my favorite thing in the entire world, and I loved it so much. Like I loved this product. So when I saw this there, I was like, wow, what a throwback. Like this is something that I would have worn back when Jarvis and I dated for the first time in like 2012. So I'm excited to give that a try as well. And then I also found this, but I'm realizing now that this is a contour stick. I thought it was like a cream eyeshadow stick, and it's the highlighter one. This is also from LA Colors, so I was gonna try this as a cream eyeshadow, but I think I might just stick to these two products instead, since this is supposed to be for your face, but I don't know. Once again, this eyeshadow palette comes with one of these little applicator things, which I'm not going to use because I do not like those, and I would just be setting myself up for failure. So I'm gonna take just like a fluffy crease brush, and I think I'm gonna go in with this brown color. No, I'm gonna go in with this pink color right here, the bottom middle shade, and we'll see how this applies to the eye. They all kind of look like they have a bit of a sheen to it, but I think that it should be okay in the crease still. Whoa, that's purpley. That's a lot purplier than I thought it was gonna be. Dang, she's pigmented. I definitely can see that it's sort of like a satiny finish, but it doesn't look bad in the crease. And holy crap, is that pigmented. It sort of has a little bit of a blue sheen to it, which is really pretty. Now I'm just gonna take that same brush, and I'm gonna go in with the deepest shade in the palette, and I'm gonna tap this in my outer corner. The colors are blending together really, really nicely, and they're working so well, especially for not having like a solid eyeshadow base underneath. I will say that as I'm applying my eyeshadow and looking in this mirror up close, my skin is looking like worse and worse as we're going. So I don't know how I feel about that BB cream. I'll definitely run through my final thoughts at the very end of all the products and give you my final first impressions decisions, but as time goes by, we're looking worse and worse in the complexion department. Now I'm gonna go in with this product, and if I remember correctly, this has like a brush on it, and it actually like wasn't too bad, but we'll see. So here's what it looks like. They have like a couple different shades, but this is like the shade that I used all the time. I'm gonna swatch it on the back of my hand first. Oh yeah, it's exactly as I remember it. It's just like a white sparkly shade, so the brush looks a little funky, but I think I'm just gonna kind of tap this on my eyelid and try to finesse it to look okay. Okay, so I ended up just sticking a flat shader brush into like the potted product like this because this brush is not doing it for me, but it's really easy to get the product out on a regular brush. You just kind of dip it into where the one that it comes with like normally sits, and it actually looks really pretty. I got a little bit of fallout, but I mean that's kind of expected when you're using a loose pigment. It's really pretty. It's not as pretty as I remembered. Like I remember this being like my favorite thing in the entire world, and it's definitely not my favorite thing in the entire world now, but it's still really nice and I really like the sparkle that it gives, so I'm impressed. Next we've got highlighter, and for highlighter I found this one from LA Colors. This is the highlight in the shade Shine Bright. It looks like a really pretty champagne color, so I'm gonna put this on like the inner corner as well as my brow bone, and then I'm also going to apply this to my cheeks as well. It's in the same or similar packaging to the contour palette. It's very sleek and slim, and it actually feels all right, like for being only $1 packaging. Like it feels pretty good. It sort of has like a yellowy gold undertone to it, and there's a lot of kick up, but ooh, that is so pretty. Oh yeah, it's definitely yellow. A lot more yellow than I was expecting. I was expecting more of like a neutral champagne color, but now that I open it and like can actually see it not through the packaging, it definitely has that yellow gold sort of sheen to it, which doesn't look the best with my eyeshadow, but it's really pretty. Like the formula looks really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it on my finger. You can see that it's like a thicker powdery kind of consistency, but oh my goodness, is that stunning. It's right here. That is gorgeous. It has a nice smooth finish. It's not chunky, but it is a little bit of a thicker product, but when you apply it, it has a nice smooth finish, which is nice. How many times can I say nice? Then I'm just going to pop that on the inner corner like that. Like, look how blinding that is. That's crazy. I just wish it was a different color. I'm not a big fan of the shade, but the formula itself is not bad. For mascara, we have another LA Colors product. Pretty much everything in this video is LA Colors or Sassy and Chic, but that's just pretty much what my Dollar Tree has, and for the most part, like always has. So this is the Bold Plumps Lashes Mascara in the shade Very Black. There was like 3 different ones. I picked the pink one because it said it was a plumping mascara, and I thought that sounded interesting. Here is what the component looks like. Let's go ahead and take a peek at the brush. Okay, it looks like a basic mascara wand. So I'm just gonna apply this and see how it looks on my lashes. Okay, but why does that look so good? My lashes are so like fanned out. That's so pretty. Definitely not giving me length, but it doesn't claim to do length, which I would rather, you know, sacrifice a little length for some extra like volume and just like wispiness. So I'm really liking this mascara. That's one coat of the mascara versus no mascara. I think you can definitely see a big difference, and I love that it like fans out the lashes like that, because sometimes like mascara will clump my lashes together and then it looks like I have like 4 lashes, and I do not like that look. I definitely like the more like little lashes, like spread out look a lot better. So wow, I am impressed. Here's the finished eye look. I actually really like how it turned out. The only thing that I don't like is the highlight color. Like, I wish it was a different color. The formula is great. I just really don't like the yellowy color matched with the purpley cool toned eye look. I think it looks a little odd, but that's my only complaint for the eyes. For lips, I actually found a Maybelline product. This is the Color Jolt lip paint, and it's in a really pretty color. This is the shade Stripped Down, so I thought this would be really fun to try out. I always would get so excited when I would find like Maybelline or Wet n Wild products at Dollar Tree, like way back, because that was like different. And I used to go to like every Dollar Tree in Jacksonville looking for different like hidden gems and stuff. That was like my favorite thing. My mom and I used to go all the time. So here's what it looks like. I've never heard of this product before, but it looks really, really pretty. So this is what the component looks like. It has a little doe foot applicator. Oh, we got clear liquid coming out. So I'm just gonna squeeze it until some pigment comes out. That's what the product looks like. So I'm just gonna kind of apply this. Ooh, I really, really like the color. Overall, I think that this color is gorgeous. It doesn't really go with the eye look. It's a little bit more peachy and warm tone. So our makeup as a collective, I'm not really like loving everything, but the products individually are really nice, which is good to know because I can obviously supplement them with my other products. So yeah, now we're gonna finish things off with some setting spray. I'm a little bit hesitant about this setting spray only because I've already seen a review of this and she said that her skin started burning after she sprayed it, so not excited for that. But this is the LA Colors setting spray. I got it in clear. I think there were some scented ones. I'm hoping the clear one is unscented. It says that it's perfect for travel, and it also says this is a new product. So this is our last step in our makeup look, and then it'll be time for final thoughts. So it has a little cap. I'm gonna kind of, oh wow, that is a powerful sprayer, but it's actually pretty misted, so that's a good sign. So I'm just gonna kind of, oh my gosh, that's a lot. Okay. I'm gonna let that dry and then I'm gonna come back for final thoughts. It is crazy how different my hair looks from the beginning of the video just because of like how my curls have fallen so fast. But anyway, here is the final look. If I'm being honest, I'm not loving the way that it looks like together collectively, just like with the colors and everything. I don't know, I feel like it could have turned out a lot better, but there's certain aspects of it that I really do like and I'm really excited about. So I'm gonna go through the products and kind of just give you a quick yes or no based on my first impression. So starting with BB cream, since I couldn't, you know, we didn't have a new primer, I'm actually gonna pass on this. I thought that it was like looking really good at first, but the longer it has sat on my skin, the worse it has looked. And yeah, it's starting to like, I'm seeing these little bumps everywhere, and I don't know, I really hope that's not a reaction to this. I hope that I'm just seeing like the texture on my skin. But yeah, unfortunately this is a pass for me. I had such high expectations, like high hopes, but it's starting to look like, kind of like, it's like, oh, what's the word I'm trying to say? It's getting a little cakey around the corners of my mouth. It's sort of like settling, and I'm just seeing a bunch of little bumps all over my skin that I feel like I've never seen before. They're just like skin toned bumps, but I don't know, I'm a little nervous, so I'm gonna take this makeup off, but this is gonna be a pass for me. I did not end up liking that product like I thought I would. We didn't have a setting powder, but we did use this. I probably wouldn't use this again as a setting powder, but I would use the contour powder. I thought this was really, really nice, and I'm excited to try this again with, you know, a nice base of products that I know that I love. So yeah, this I would definitely recommend. I think this is a really good find for $1, especially for like even just this half of the product. Like even if you don't use this side, just this half, I still think it's worth $1. Super good find. The blush, I'm actually so obsessed with. Love the color, love how pigmented it is. You can still see it on my cheeks. This is a definite thumbs up from me. The highlighter, the formula gets a thumbs up for me, but the color is definitely a no-go. This is the shade Shine Bright. If there was like a pinkier colored one or just like a more neutral champagne color, I would be all over it. But since it's that yellowy color, I don't think that flatters my skin tone very well, and it also doesn't look good with my eyeshadow. So the formula is great, and if you like a yellowy golden highlight, I think you'll really like this shade, but I personally don't love the color. But the formula, hands down, I can't believe it's only $1. Like, that's super awesome. By the way, the sponge, total thumbs up. Like, this is amazing. Like, this is probably my favorite thing from the entire video, and the fact that it's only $1 is so cool. So squishy, love the color, and so soft. Super great. Definite recommend this. The eyebrow pencil is another hit from today's video. I really like this product. Definitely something I could see myself using. I'm gonna put this in my everyday makeup drawer. I like that it has the little brush on it. The color actually turned out really well. I don't think it's too warm toned for my brows like I initially thought. I really like that color. And it's very pigmented. It has a little bit of a waxiness to it, which I don't mind because it sort of tames my brow hairs a little bit better, which I'm all about. So this is a definite thumbs up. I actually really like the eyeshadow palette. I remember really liking this formula. I'm pretty sure if you go on my channel like 2014 maybe, and if there's like a makeup collection video or like a declutter video, I'm pretty sure that I had like 10 of these while I had a YouTube channel. My under eye area is creasing so bad. I'm like trying not to look at it. This again is really nice. It's not like anything unheard of, and I think that I liked it a lot more back then than I do now, but it's really nice and it's pretty, and it kind of reminds me of like fairy dust. It actually does a good job of sticking to the lid as well, so that's a good product in my opinion. The mascara is actually really good. I love the way that it looks on my lashes, so that gets a thumbs up. The setting spray, I don't know. It's so tiny. I feel like you can get a bigger one for like a couple dollars at Ulta and it might be more worth it. Nothing good or bad necessarily to say about that. And then I think the lip is our last product that we tried out today, and I really like the color. I really like the finish. It's super pigmented and I'm really happy with this. So I would say this gets a thumbs up from me as well. So overall, the only major flops were the BB cream. That's pretty much it. That was my like only major flop. And then I would say my favorite products are the brow pencil, the mascara, the lip product, the sponge, the little eyeshadow palette, and the contour powder, and the blush. I'm like, wow, listing every single product. And then the highlighter, if only it was a different color. And I'm pretty sure they had other shades there, so I should have just picked a different one. But maybe when I'm done quarantining, I will go back and look for some other products to try. So anyway, that was today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I love you guys so much. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.